Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for another segment of Jacked Up Gardening. Kaitlyn Sterner here, along with Mason Day, to chat about our Jack's Classic 2010-20 citrus feed, our staple formula for tropical fruiting plants.
Yeah, our citrus feed formula is perfect for trees. Whether you're looking at lemons, oranges, limes, kumquats, grapefruits, anything. Whether you're growing something indoors, or maybe you live down in Florida and you've got something that you're growing on your patio or even in your yard. Our citrus feed is a great formula. It's actually our one of Carrie Peters, our chief formulator here. It's one of her favorite formulas in our entire lineup. I actually like to use the citrus feed with melons. I grow melons in my backyard, but it seems to work great for those as well. And I think that this is a formula that, is really starting to become more important to the average gardener as more folks experience the pleasure of growing tropical fruiting trees, and more people realize that, they can put them in a large container, bring them out in the summertime, wheel them back in for the winter, and get nice tropical fruit no matter where they live. So, Kaitlyn, can you shed some light on how people can use this citrus feed 2010-20?
Yeah, sure. So mixing a solution is pretty straightforward. For plants being grown outdoors, we recommend 1 tablespoon per 1 gallon of water, and feeding that every 7 to 10 days is pretty much ideal for giving them a good feeding. For indoor plants being grown in containers, at a weekly feeding, we recommend 1/4 teaspoon per gallon of water, and that would be every time you would water. If you're only looking to fertilize once a week or every 7 to 10 days, we recommend using that 1/2 teaspoon per gallon of water.
Okay, so now that we know the mixing rates and how to mix up that fertilizer solution, how much of that solution should we be applying to the plants? Like if we're mixing, outdoors, we said 1 tablespoon per gallon. Like, how many gallons? Is it a gallon per plant? What does that look like?
Yeah, so when properly watering a citrus tree or plant, it's really important to saturate the root zone with an adequate amount of fertilizer solution. And in doing so, we recommend watering the top 1 to 2 inches of soil under the tree's canopy. So for plants that are being grown outdoors, the feeder roots can be found in the top 1 to 2 inches of soil, and those are the roots that are going to be taking up most of your nutrients. For indoor potted plants, it's important to water just until the solution flows out of the bottom of the container, or you can do, the weight method, I guess you could say, just by picking up the container and feeling if it's heavy or not, knowing that the soil has absorbed that nutrient solution.
Perfect. I think that that's a great kind of way to look at it. And it's super important to saturate the feeder root zone for proper nutrient uptake. And also wanted to mention, if you're mixing up, a 5 gallon bucket or a larger quantity, or even if you've got a small plant and you're mixing up a gallon and that's too much water, it's okay. It's easiest to mix up a gallon because, it's 1 tablespoon and that's the measurement. But that mixed fertilizer solution will last 2 weeks when mixed. So if you mix up a batch, you can kind of keep it in a jug in your garage and it's good for 2 weeks at least. And so no worries there as well. So what else you got, Kaitlyn? Anything?
Yeah, that pretty much covers our quick tips and info on our Jack's Classic Citrus feed. Feel free, guys, to hit us up in the comments section below, or you can send us an email to info@jrpeters.com with any questions, all citrus, tropical fruiting plant related. And we look forward to hearing from you, and we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. See ya.